Hi everybody, I'm back here with a new video on how to solve for y. In the last video we covered how to solve for x, and in this video we're going to cover how to solve for y. I've got some questions here, just ignore the numbering. And let's just start the first one without wasting any time. So 3y plus 2y minus 1 plus 6 equals 24. Now, if you remember from the previous videos that 3y and 2y are like terms. They're like terms because they have the same variables. Variables are alphabets. So, even though they have different coefficients, the numbers with the variables, they have the same variables, so they're like terms. So we will just add, we can add or subtract, multiply, divide, or we can do every single operation with like terms. So we'll get 5y and minus 1 plus 6. So if I just give a brief explanation of it, then we always give the sign with the bigger numbers. So we have this number 1 and this number 2, and 6 is bigger, and the sign of the number comes before the number. So plus will come here, and when we have different signs like plus and minus, the answer is we do subtract. But when we have same signs, we do addition. We have plus plus, we do addition. We have negative negative, we do addition. But when we are doing negative negative, like we have negative 4 and negative 6, then we will add the values. 6 plus 4 is 10, so 10. But the sign will be of negative here. If you look at the question where both the values are positive, then I'll do like 6 plus, okay, wait a second, plus 2 plus 4, which equals 4 plus 6, 4 plus 2, 6, and the sign must be positive here, so plus 6. The problem is that you might not have seen a question like this because the first sign is often ignored, so we only see a question like 2 plus 4. So when there is no sign before a number, it is actually plus. And so when you solve a question like this where there is 2 plus 4, you simply write 6, because when there is no sign, there's only plus. So this is a kind of confusion most students have. So back to our question, we have different signs here, so we'll subtract them. So 6 minus 1 is 5 here, this is plus, it equals 24. So 5i plus 5 equals 24. We actually want the value of pi, so we move this plus pi to the other side of the equation. Now, when we move something to the other side of the equation, we change its sign. So, so if we have something which is negative on one side of the equation, it will go on the other side of the equation, it will be positive. When something will be positive, it will move on the other side of the equation and it will be negative. When we have something being multiplied on one side of the equation, when it moves to the other side, it is divided, and when it is divided, when it moves to the other side, it is multiplied. So the actual logic behind this is that when we have a single thing, like we have 4 plus, a second, I can change the question a bit, x plus 4 equals 6. Now, one rule of mathematics is that whenever you do an operation on one side of the equation, you have to do the same operation on the other side. So if I have to remove this plus 4, then I'll have to add minus 4, because plus 4 and minus 4 will cancel out, and I'll be just left with x here. So this is what I need. So I'll add a minus 4 here, and to fulfill this rule, I'll add a minus 4 here too. So now x, this plus 4 and minus 4 will cancel out, and I'll get 2. So x will equal to 2, right? So this is the logic behind this. If I have this question, back to our question, Then I will move this plus 5 on the other side of the equation. 5y equals 24 plus 5, and it will be moved on the other side of the equation. It will be minus 5. So 5y will equal to 19. And y will equal to, now the same rule here, when there is nothing between two numbers, they're being multiplied. When they go to the other side, they'll be divided. So because y is being multiplied with 5 here, when it will move on the other side, it will be divided by 19. So 19 divided by 5. We can simply keep that in the improper fraction, or you can change it to mixed form, which will be 5 3s are 15, and I'll get, if you remember, we move this 4 up, 3 here, 5 down, so 3 will be in the middle part here, so we can write it as, wait a second, we can write it as R, 3 in the middle, this 5 moves down in the denominator, and 4 moves up, so 3 whole, 4 by 5, or you can also write in decimal form, which you can get from the calculator, or you can do it mentally. So 3.8, I just got that from the calculator. So I think the first question is solved. Let's move on to the second question. Let me do that with another color. This one. This one. So 4y minus y plus 8 minus 2 equals 18. So let's just solve this question here. Again, the same thing. These are like terms, so we can solve them. And when we have no number, we have no coefficient before a variable, then we can assume it's 1, because 1 is present when there's nothing. So 4 minus 1 is 3, and y will be the same. Again, the same rule, plus 8 minus 2, because there are different signs, we will subtract them, I'll get 6, and the sign of the bigger number, which is plus, equals 18. So, equals, okay, wait a second, we don't have an equal sign here, because we have an equal sign in the question. So, 3y plus 8 equals 18, and we don't need this plus 6 here, we'll move to the other side, which will be minus 6. So 3y will equal 18 minus 6, and 3y will equal to 12. Yeah, right? So because this is being multiplied here, it will be divided on the other side. So y equals 12, and this will move into this side and be divided by 3. So 3 ones are 3. Oops. 3 ones are 3, and 3 4s are 12. So y equals 4. Let's just solve the next question here. Yeah, so 5y plus 3y. Here we go. 5y plus 3y. Minus 7 plus 4. Minus 7 plus 4 equals 36. Now, we've got the like terms here. So we have 5y and 3y here, so we'll add the coefficients. 3 plus 5 is 8, y will stay the same. We have minus 7 plus 4 here, again the same rule, the bigger sign, and we will subtract because we have opposite signs here, so 7 minus 4 is 3, so 3 equals 36. We don't need this minus 3 here, so we will move it to the other side, and it will be positive on the other side, so 8y equals 36 plus 3, and 8y equals 39. So y can equal to 39 divided by 8, because it has been multiplied here. When it moves to the other side of the equation, it will be divided here. So 39, you can write it in improper fraction, like the numerator is greater than the denominator, or you can simply change it into a mixed fraction or a decimal. You know, all the ways work, but the most preferred one is the mixed fraction one. So let's move on and do the next question. Okay, so here we have, so 5y plus 3y minus 4, we've done this one. So 6y minus 2y, 6y minus 2y plus 3 plus 5 equals 29. Again, the like terms rule, we'll just subtract. 6 minus 2 is 4, so 4y plus 8 equals 29. We don't need this plus 8 here, so 4y equals, 29. When it will move on the other side of the equation, it will be minus 8. So 29 minus 8, 4y equals, I think, 21. So y equals 21 divided by 4, which gives us, it was being multiplied here, so when it moved on the other side, it got divided by 4. So for 1s are 4 and for, okay. So for 1s are 4, and I think this cannot be divided, right? So let's just erase this part. So let's just change it. For 5s are 20, right? So minus, we get 1. Again, the same rule. This moves up, this moves here, this moves down. 5 here. We can write it as our 5 whole. 4 moves down and 1 moves up. So 5 whole. I think the last question now. So 7y plus y minus 4 plus 6. 7y plus y minus 4 plus 6 equals 38. So this is 1 here because there is no value, so there's 1 here. 1 here, so which will equal to, so this will equal to 8y, and minus plus, we'll add the sign of the greater number, and because they're opposite signs, we're going to subtract, so 6 minus 4 is 2, which equals 38. Now 8y, we don't need this plus 2 here, we'll move it on the other side of the equation, it will turn to minus 2, so 38 minus 2 and 8y will equal to 36 by, this is being multiplied, on the other side it will be divided by 8, so 36 divided by 8, this will be, I think, not divided perfectly, so let's just do by 2 first. 2 4s are 8, and 2 1s are 2, and 2 8s are, and 2 2s are, and 2 9s are, so that's right. We get 9 by 2 here, and we can write it as 9 by 2, 2 4s are 8, get 1 here, again, this moves up, this comes here, this comes down, so this will be 4 whole, 1 by 2, or in the decimal form, it will be 4.5. So I think we've solved all of the questions for today. Practice, and you'll get a hold of this, move on before moving on. Remember to practice, because I think this practice is the key for doing mathematics. Keep practicing, keep moving on, don't lose hope, and just do more practice, and I'll give some questions in the description.